name is Amanda Baumgarten, and I am the chef and one of the owners of Waypoint Public. I started cooking when I was 17, and when I was 18, I moved to London to go to culinary school, and then stayed for 3 years. And came back, lived in LA, and I got into beer kind of as a natural progression, you know, water, grains, yeast, hops, blank canvas to play with.
So in addition to working for Stone, I also have the good fortune to get to write about food and beer in San Diego, which is one of the best communities in the universe for that. I was working on an article about prominent women in the San Diego beer scene, and Amanda's definitely one of those people. We got to talking about the fact that she actually homebrews in addition to just being a phenomenal chef, and she shared a recipe with me, and I just thought it was really interesting. It had all these different ingredients, had vanilla and savory and chile de arbol, and it was on the backdrop of a saison. So we went back to Stone and talked to people like Mitch Steele and Chris Ketchum, our brewmaster and brewing director over at Liberty Station, and I thought, you know, would you want to make this beer? And they said, that sounds like a pretty legit recipe. Next thing you know, we're reaching out and saying, hey, would you like to brew this with us? And luckily she said yes, and having tasted the beer, I'm really glad she did.
I like to take classics and put a little playful twist on them. The beer is an apricot and arbol chili saison with a little bit of vanilla and juniper. It's a traditional saison in the way that it is refreshing and drinkable. Immediately what I get is the sweetness of the apricot, and then it finishes with that dry heat of the arbol chili, but only slightly. And on the nose is where you'll get the vanilla and a little bit of the juniper. Those ingredients are pretty much my favorite ingredients. When I told my sous chefs what was in the beer, they were like, oh, of course. Because I think that arbol chilies and juniper berries pretty much go in anything, and I love apricot and juniper together. And I have never brewed anything on a professional system before, so I got really into, you know, raking the spent grains into the tubs, and I learned a lot too. It's cool. I think my favorite part about brewing this beer with Chris at Liberty Station was working with Chris. I think Chris is awesome, and I had a lot of fun.